there to participate in the yaga, they used to think there was a door here, and they went there, it was actually a wall. And they thought, without knowing, they thought there was a wall there and there was actually a door. So they fell down. So they got hit, they fell down, they were slippery. So they couldn't figure it out. Problem is, they got humiliated. Like, when you fall down and think, people all laugh, and so, and especially for people with high ego, they can't take humiliation, right? And so it became even more, in addition to all the other vengeance and the enmity that they had been nurturing from young age, this was like additional fuel on fire. They couldn't take it. So they went back, not only not happy, but very angry, with fire boiling and burning inside, one of hatred and enmity. I got to get even, I got to do something, So that hatred was there. So they went and came up with this stratagem called the game of dice. And what they did, and Vyasa was saying that your grandfathers were strictlers for dharma. Dharma means, one of the things is doing according to the word that you speak. Very important. And following the rules. These are all very, very important, right? Several aspects to it. So they convinced their father, who sent them an invitation. Because he's after all their uncle. He says, it's a while since we spent time together. Come here and make merry over a game of dice. Let's all get together. We have a family get together. Play a game and be happy. Spend time nicely. Come on. So he sent the invitation. Since it came from his elder uncle, and Yudhishthira, the problem with him is he cannot see any fault in others. He really cannot see any cruelty, cannot see any violence, because he was not. What we see is our own reflection. So he was not violent, so he could not see violence. He could not see crookedness because he was not crooked. So he took it at face value. My uncle invited me, come on, let us go. And they started the game of dice. He did not know, not because he was naive, because he was so innocent, like a child. The childish innocent. Arjavam, Bhagavan calls it, the straightforwardness, right? And so he could not see through the tricks and the stratagems being employed in that game of dice, which is normally not done. In that process, he bet and lost, himself, his brothers, and the kingdom and everything. And then came a time when he bet and lost his wife also. And so, according to the rules of the game, the victor, takes ownership of all the properties, whatever that's been won. Now comes the hateful tendencies of the Kauravas, and once Yudhishthira lost his wife, Dusasana and Duryodhana, and they all strategized. This is the time for us to get even. We will finish these guys once and for all. We will put so much humiliation on them. So Dusasana went and dragged the hand Draupadi into that hall, grabbing her hand, and brought her into the hall to publicly humiliate her. This time Parikshit could not stand this. Swami, what happened? How could this atrocity take place? The king was there sitting, right? Yes, he could be blind. But was he blind in his ears also? Could he not hear? Could he not know what was happening? Or did he eat grass that day where he became an animal? It's a duty, foremost duty of a ruler is to protect the women. And when that is not done, so many other consequences of that. Like, so many problems come out of it. How could he do that? He was asking. And then Vyasa said, he continued. Well, Parikshit continued. And the elders were present there. What happened to their intelligence? All of a sudden they become stupid? All of a sudden they became blind? Could they not see? Then he said the same thing. How they ate grass that day to become an animal, or do they want to give a vent to their expression to their animalistic tendencies? What happened here? How could they keep quiet? Vyasa said, no, king, don't be in a hurry. Don't jump to conclusions. Calm down. It is not like what you said. The elders were all ashamed. When Dusasana brought Draupadi into that room, all the elders, Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya, everybody had their heads down. They're hanging their head down in utter shame. Then it was good that they had their heads down, Vyasa said. It was good because if they had looked up and if the sight of Draupadi had fallen on them, they would have been pulverized. This same Draupadi, whom Bhishma himself says later on, why? What is so great about this Draupadi? We have to share that one day. Even when she laughs at Bhishma, when Yudhishthira goes later on, asks Yudhishthira, under the command of Krishna, Yudhishthira goes and asks Bhishma, Swami, teach me about administration, about dharma and everything else. And that is when he asks, and then at the end of that is Sahasranamam, as you all know. Then when he asked that question to Bhishma, Draupadi was also there by that bed of arrows. And she laughs. Not just smiles. She laughs. And this is unheard of. In a group like this, a woman laughing loud like that, especially in front of an elder, no. Immediately the Pancha Pandavas become, they become nervous. You cannot do that. They want to control that behavior. Bhishma says at that time, no. Let us see. She has got a point to make. Let us see what she says. That is the respect that Bhishma gives her. And then of course Draupadi tells him, you are teaching dharma to my husband, then you yourself did not behave in a dharmic way. That's basically the point that she was making, which is the truth. So, Vyasa, continuing with Vyasa, it is good that they had their heads down, because if Draupadi's vision, Draupadi's eyesight had fallen on them, they would have been pulverized. Fortunately, he said, she was looking only at your grandfather, nobody else. Because had she seen anybody, had she seen the Kauravas, they all would have been pulverized, there would have been no need for the war. Everybody would have been eliminated. What is that power? And it's coming in a minute. Krishna himself is going to say what her power is. Okay, so I am waiting to share that with you in the right time. And then when she saw your grandfather's face, it was so much full of equanimity. Equanimity, absolute peace, no disturbance. You must wonder, how is this possible? How such an atrocity is taking place? Suppose, just think, even intellectually, forget experiencing. But Bhagavan said that experience will come one day. But just intellectually look at it. Okay? Suppose you have 100% faith in Bhagavan. Not 99.9, 100% faith. Suppose if you have the faith that everything happens according to His will. Suppose you really, really believe and know that not even a blade of grass can move without His will. Suppose you know that. How will you behave? No problem. It's all Bhagavan design. Bhagavan design. Open the page. It goes on. That's the status Yudhishthira was. His brothers were not there. They were rearing up for a fight. Bhima had to be restrained. And Nakula, Sahadeva, Arjuna, everybody was looking at Yudhishthira's face. Otherwise, Arjuna could have pulverized them in no time. Bhima could have pulverized them in no time. They all looked at Yudhishthira's face. Not only that equanimity, but the divinity, the message, the assurance, the protection of divinity that was reflecting, resplendent, that was illuminating that face, what calmed them down. And same thing, when Draupadi looked at that face, same thing. Otherwise she could have pulverized everything. She called each one of her husbands, but nobody moved. Nobody moved. It is not enough, it is not necessary for Bhagavan to give you an instruction verbally. Please understand that. Okay? He doesn't have to teach you the way he taught Bhagavad Gita verbally. Or he doesn't have to, not necessary for him to teach you in your mind. He can put a thought in your mind. He can also raise his eyebrow, look at you and you'll get the message. Which is what Krishna does. You're going to see that. Or through his eyes, he can convey a whole book of messages if he wants. So when that santam, that face reflected like that, the message was such that it protected everyone. So all your tendencies to react were all nullified. Bhagavan's presence, even for Draupadi. And what did she have to do? Look, Bhagavan never lets you down. You think, you're going to fall down the cliff and all. No, it's never going to happen. Never. But what did she do? She called her husbands one by one. Nobody responded. She could have called. Then she thought of Krishna. Now, did she think of Krishna right in the beginning? No. Bhagavan Leela. Hey, you're going there is nothing there. Come to me. Come. That's what Bhagavan does. That's what Rudra is. So he gives you a stomach pain so that you cure. Anything that you do, you get pain, you get misery because you shouldn't do it. You learn that lesson, you will not do it again. That is Bhagavan's grace. Because if he tells you straight away, you will not listen. You will not understand. So once she realizes, Anyada Sharanam Nasti, there is no other place for me. Really, there is nothing else. Nothing else I can go. Swami, you. That's what she did. She called Krishna. And what did she call Krishna? She didn't say Krishna. She said Dwaraka Vasi, she said. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. She was saying, Krishna, this is not an injury or an insult on the Pandavas. It is not an injury on me or insult on me. No. It's an insult on you. It's an injury on you. Because we have given everything to you. We've given ourselves to you. We've given ourselves to you. So it belongs to you, not mine. Now, if that is not enough, even after I've given myself to you, if that is not enough, do whatever you want. That's what she said. Do whatever you want. She didn't say protect me and this and all that. Then, at that time when she said, Hridaya Vasi, given everything to you. Then Dusasana was trying to take that sari off, and it became endless supply of clothing. Endless. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. It kept on, it pull and pull and pull, it keeps on coming and coming and coming and coming. So this Rakshasa, this demon, Dusasana got tired and fell down weak, defeated. How long can you do an exercise? At some point in time you become weak. He fell down. The whole assembly was amazed at this manifested grace of divinity, the divine grace. Who could have imagined this? Bhagavan solves a complex problem in the most simple and perfect manner. Most simple and perfect manner. Can a human think of the solution? It's not possible. Then everybody was wonderstruck. The Duryodhana, Dusasana, everybody, they never expected this. And here is this Dusasana fallen down on the ground. Weak, defeated, physically gone, energy gone. Then, at that time, Krishna manifested himself physically. When she prayed to him, Hridayavasi, he moved unseen. Nobody could see him. Then, after this is over, he manifested himself physically. Of course, there are one side discussion I will share with you. Right? This did not happen at that time. It happened later between Draupadi and Krishna, but it's accustomed me to share with you now, so I'm stopping the flow of what happened there to share with you this. Right? Draupadi asked Krishna later on, Krishna, that day I was, crying. I was in such a dire state. I called you. Why did you not come? Why there was such a delay? You did not come immediately. So Krishna said, yes. What did you call me? I called you Dwarakavasa. It takes me time to come from there. What did you call me afterwards? Hridayavasi, I was there immediately. So, the important point to remember. Okay? And God is not joking. God, He is very humorous. Bhagavan is extremely humorous. Trust me, the sense of humor is phenomenal. But He is not joking. He never jokes. Okay? And so here Krishna has materialized. The moment Draupadi saw Krishna, immediately she said, Krishna, Krishna, she fell at his feet. And she had what we call collyrium, right, on her eyes. This mai, we call in Tamil. In English it's called collyrium, I think, right? So her tears were all mixed with that collyrium, and they were bathing Krishna's lotus feet. Her hair was all over, and she was rolling down on the feet. That's how she was. That moment. Everybody was wonderstruck and afraid. Afraid at the energetic, excited reaction. It is an awesome reaction from Draupadi. Everybody, the thing was afraid. Forget the wonder that took place. Then Krishna very calmly and lovingly, sister, get up. Okay, he pulled her up. Don't worry. Don't be sad. I have come here to teach these Kauravas a lesson, to eliminate them and protect your husband. Don't worry. Go back. Go back to your apartment. And when she said that, and Draupadi did not stop sobbing. She was crying. Then Krishna continued, Amma, no, go and tie your hair. You look like Kali. So fearsome you look. No, please go and tie your hair. When he said that, Draupadi started like a serpent, like a bamboo sira, she come like that. When she did that, her hair moved like this. Through the slits of the air, her eyes sparkled. Lightning it was. And whoever saw that was absolutely afraid. And she said, Krishna, no. This hair has been touched by these foul hands. She said, 3 examples she gives. See, a virgin can be given in marriage only once. A tusk of an elephant, once it comes out, it cannot be pushed back. A curdled milk can never regain its purity. No. This foul hand of this Rakshasa has touched my hair. It cannot go back. It cannot be tied. Now Krishna then asks the next question. Amma, he knows fully answer. Everything is his. Remember, he is a dialogue writer, he is a speaker, everything is him. So he knows exactly what the next dialogue is going to be. So he says, Amma, then when will you tie it? Then she says, when this Rakshasa whose foul hands touched my hair, when his head is broken into 2 and his body is the food being eaten by foxes and vultures, and when his wife cries and separated from him and she loosens her hair, at that time I will tie it. As she says this, Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya, all the elders, no, please, Shantam, please. They don't want her to say. Sometimes when somebody is going to say something, you say, no, don't say. Like that, right? He said, no, please. But she said it. And then comes the next dialogue from Krishna. He says, so be it. So be it. And then he says, beautifully, only a master dialogue writer can write like this. Okay? And he says, not only so be it, then he follows that. Because, whatever you say will come true. You know why? Because even in jest, you have not spoken a lie. That much power she has. How many of us can claim that power? No Satyam Vada. Not one iota of lie in her life. How can we talk about Draupadi? What qualification do I have to talk about Draupadi? Bhagavan himself says, because you have not uttered a single lie, therefore what you say will come true. That's what he said. When Dhritarashtra hears this, his stomach were all turning, so much afraid. Now Dusasana and Duryodhana were trying to put up a brave face there, but they were internally worried sick. So Vyasa says, this is what happened that day. The equanimity of your grandfather. This is the grace of Bhagavan Krishna on your grandfathers because of the love that they had towards Krishna, and because your grandfather held on to dharma, the righteous conduct, even on the most provocative situation. He says, devotees, this is a sign. He says, why this happened? Such a atrocious thing. He says, this happened, but Draupadi was not humiliated. Pandavas are not humiliated. Even now you think about it, it's the Kauravas who got humiliated. Everybody thinks, what a nonsense. Nobody has any negative opinion about Draupadi or Pandava. That's how Krishna protected. This is a scene he enacted. Why? To demonstrate the devotion, the bhakti the Pandavas had for him, and the efficacy of that devotion. To demonstrate that, he staged this drama. There's nothing more to it. That's all. That's all. Now, bhaktas of Bhagavan, if you take the path, I want to be in, get back home and to the lotus feet. If you really want that, then bhaktas must be prepared for travails and difficulty, that will be part of the game. That is part of the journey. The more of it that happens, the stronger your bhakti becomes in that thing. And this is by necessity, it will happen. Under the most provocative situation, most provocative moment, can you suppress your reaction and think of God? That is what Yudhishthira did. That's how bhaktas are nourished and made. Bhagavan says, I think I may have shared this with you, when some of you may know, but some may not, is the important thing, talking about bhakti, that occurs to me. One person, when Bhagavan was commenting on somebody's bhakti, how devoted those ladies are, how fantastically devoted nightly they sang bhajans. So it's full of devotion. Bhajan should be sung only with bhavam, only with devotion, not to show off anybody's talent or anything. But when you sing with devotion, your heart melts, you're literally in a different plane. So Bhagavan is very moved. Swami is very, very moved when you sing with devotion. Okay, heart melts. So he was commenting on that after the bhajans to some people. And immediately, this young man, who is also a good friend of mine, by the way, but Swami's name, he held Swami's hand. Swami, please give me devotion. I want devotion. Then Swami answered him, I don't give devotion. Bhagavan does not give devotion. Then what? He says, I facilitate the development of bhakti. You get devotion only from another devotee, not from Bhagavan. That is why satsangam is important. So when you think of Yudhishthira and what he did, if this incident had not taken place, Bhagavan had not enacted this drama, how will we know when the situation, next time I am provoked in a situation, how I should behave? Can you think of a more strong, provocative situation than what Yudhishthira faced? Now we have a lesson, right? That's how Bhagavan helps and facilitates us. He conducts his drama and leelas and plays and all that to promote bhakti, but he does not give bhakti. Okay? It's a very important point to know. Then Vyasa continued. He said, King, you see the attraction, the attachment, the relationship between your grandfathers and Krishna was so profound, that even a great rishi like Durvasa got defeated and went. Swami, what? Durvasa, what happened? What is that incident, Swami? Please tell me that. Then Parikshit begins. What? Durvasa got defeated by grandfather? How is this possible? What happened? Then Vyasa continued, seated on his chair, and here is Parikshit, full of attention, 100% focus, taking it in so beautifully. Picture for a second, just for a fraction of a second, if each one of us can become Parikshit. Forget me, I've never become Vyasa, I'm not important. But what is important is the words that are coming out. Right? If I can be Parikshit, including me I'm saying, and listen to it with that attentiveness and vinayam and humility, where will I be? Right? So Parikshit was listening very attentively. Then Vyasa began. He says, after this, the game of dice, these evil minds, they kicked out your grandfathers, penniless, without anything, and out of the kingdom. 12 years and 1 year of incognito and all that. They sent them away without even the single morsel of food on hungry stomachs. taking away everything. Now, they thought they have wreaked a great havoc in their life. Right? Now, this evil mind, after meting out this kind of an atrocious action, wants to verify. Are they really suffering? Not are they really suffering. How much are they suffering? Because the evil mind's happiness is when somebody else suffers. And contrary is also true. When that person is happy, we cannot be happy. And that's what happened. They thought they had punished him. They thought they had defeated them. They thought they had made them sad and all that. But what in fact happened was, picture this scene. Yudhishthira and Draupadi, sitting outside their thatched hut in the forest. It actually happened. And you don't look at the trees, and I don't have a comfortable bed and all that. A small hut they had got. Look at the trees. And Yudhishthira was describing, Draupadi, did you see that hill, how beautiful it is? And those trees there, the birds flying. Oh, what a nature, the beauty is phenomenal. Yes, and I can hear the river there, and the sunshine is. So they were very happy, because this is Bhagavan's will, whatever prasada buddhi. Okay, beautiful. They see Bhagavan in everything. How can they be sad? So these messengers that Duryodhana sent to spy, hey, how are they doing? Find out and tell me. They come, Swami, they are very happy, relaxed, very peaceful. They are jolly, actually. They are smiling and laughing and cracking jokes and what? This, you can't sum up that. Another thing that had happened in the meantime, one day when they were doing Surya Namaskaram, because they do Surya Namaskaram differently than probably what some of us do, they do it with real devotion and bhava. So Surya Bhagavan immediately responded and said, okay, this is all Bhagavan's Leela. And said, fine, I know that, forest, where can you get food to eat? It's not a joke. So he gave them what we all know as Akshaya Paatram. And this Akshaya Paatram, he said, listen, this you use to cook as much food as you want, if you have guests and all, whatever it is, whatever you want, it will give you. Okay, you want a 7-course meal, it will give you, what doesn't matter. You want Thai sadham, it will give you whatever you want. You decide what will give you that. Now, after those days, and even now also many people do that, so I don't want to crack a joke on this, but after everybody is fed and the guests and the husbands, then the wife, in this case Draupadi, will eat last. Then after she finishes eating, what will she do? As all of us do, we wash the vessel, right, and put it away. And Surya said, the moment you wash the vessel, put it away, it will lose its power for that day. Till the next day the Surya rises up. Then the power will come. Fair enough. Now, that means it is not like after Draupadi eats and washes the vessel, the power will go away. It is that there should not be any residual remnant or residue of any food particle on that vessel. That is what the actual meaning is. Okay? So, that is the thing. They were very happy. Many rishis used to come, guests come, everybody was being fed, no problem. So, this had happened in the meantime. Now, here comes the spy, the messenger, carrying the news that the Pandavas were actually very happy, very comfortable and nice and jolly. Now, Duryodhana's fire, it's even started burning even more. How can that be? Here I'm trying all these things, nothing seems to work. So now he's agitated. So at that time, as Bhagavan's design and will was, none other than our friend Durvasa came there, along with his retinue of Sishyas. The moment Durvasa came, immediately Duryodhana and everybody in the king's palace, they all attended to him, welcomed him and worshipped him. And now, the Sakuni and Duryodhana and all, they said, hey, this gives us a strategic opportunity here, okay, for us to implement our design. So they cooked up a strategy. They talked, yes, very good, let's do it this way. So 4 months, Chaturmasyam, and Durvasa stayed there. And Duryodhana, like you wouldn't believe, my God, he attended on him hand and foot and speaking such sweet words which you should never do because the thoughts were not sweet. The Swami says, don't do that. Sweet words, the Trikarana Suddhi should be, thought should be sweet, words should be sweet, action should be sweet. If thoughts are not sweet and words come sweet, that is worst sin you can commit. Better not to say anything. So be very careful about it. So he was like that. And so attended on him, the 4 months were over, and Durvasa was very happy, because whatever he wanted, even before he wanted it, it was given to him. It was like that, service was like that. So fun and perfect. So one day, Durvasa had his lunch and then he was resting, and that's the best time to catch. There's no hunger, and especially the meal is good. You're in a very happy mood. You think even us, when we eat well and food is good, you're in a nice mood, right? And that's the time to, if you want to get something done, that's the time to approach that person actually. Now, plus he was actually lying down and relaxing on a bed. Best combination. So Duryodhana goes there and massages his feet. And Swami, and everything to your satisfaction, or we doing, is anything missing, please tell me, we will immediately jump and fix it and all that. And why this question? Because the question has to be answered, right? It is like what we call as a vending machine thing, there's a phrase, vending machine question, which is, you go to a vending machine, there's a Coke there, or the Pepsi there, whatever it is, you put 75 cents, I don't know what the latest amount is, but you put there and then you press Pepsi, 10 Pepsi comes. Or you put 75 cents and put Diet Coke comes. So you ask the question and we're selecting the answer, okay? This is what it means. Basically the answer is exactly what you want, right? That's called a vending machine question. So he asked that, Swami, is everything good, are you satisfied everything? What will the answer be? Especially when he is so happy. He says, yes, I am very happy. And you far exceeded my thing and all that. See, tell me, now I have to leave very soon, but tell me anything, I will grant you that. Whatever you want, tell me what you want. So nice, he's got all the power he can grant, And now, a normal person probably would have requested something else. But Duryodhana, now here is the final implementation step of his strategy. So he said, Swami, the opportunity to serve you, that itself is the biggest boon for me. What more can I need? The fact you spent 4 months with us, gave us an opportunity to attend on you. Who will get this opportunity, Swami? I am very happy, you are very happy. I am so glad that, we served you to your satisfaction and made you very happy. But, one thing that makes me a little bit sad is that while I've got this opportunity to serve you and get your blessings like this, my brother Yudhishthira, I want him to have the same blessing also from you, Swami. See, I'll be very happy if you go there and also give him the opportunity to serve you like the way you did. And Durvasa knew the strategy. So he looked at Duryodhana, and Duryodhana continued. But if you agree, Swami, just do one thing. Go there. See, I understand, Yudhishthira is there in the forest and he's entertaining lots of guests and feeding them and all that. He'll be very happy to receive you. I know, his hospitality is exemplary, even better than mine. So go there with all your Sishyas as you have come here and just do one thing. Go after Draupadi has finished her meal. And when he said that, Durvasa laughed aloud because he knew what the strategy was. This is why he was saying that. He laughed. He said, okay, I will do it. So, now here in the forest, here Yudhishthira and they all, one fine morning, after their lunch, so to speak, lunchtime, they were finished, and then outside there were the Pandavas and Draupadi, they were sitting there and nicely they were chatting. Beautifully, very relaxed atmosphere, with no care in the world kind of a thing. At that time, here comes Durvasa with his retinue of Sishyas. And he comes there. There are hundreds of Sishyas there. And immediately Yudhishthira gets up and rushes to him and falls at his feet. Swami, what a great honor, what a great grace is this. Just imagine a Rishi comes to our house, how will we feel? Just picture. No different. Immediately, what a blessing it is. Immediately, please come. If Kanji Paramacharya comes, how will we feel? Just think. So, welcome, please come, and so happy he is. And Durvasa says, yes, I come here, but right now we have been traveling, and so we are tired. I'm going to the river, go take a bath and come back. By the time we come back, please prepare food for us, lunch for us, for all of us. We'll be back. So he goes away. Then, as soon as they all vanish, here is Yudhishthira sitting like this. All the Pancha Pandavas were deflated. Draupadi doesn't know what to do. They look at Draupadi's face, and her face conveys the message. Yes, I finished eating. What? She didn't say any word. She comes into the kitchen and doesn't know what to do. Looks at the pot. Yes, it's been washed. Swami, he prays to Krishna. Krishna, what is this? What will I do? Where will I go in this forest where there is no provision? What will I do to buy? How will I? It is not one person, it is 1,000 people I have to make. And this person is known for his short temper. So it means if you don't do what he wants you to do, he is going to give you a sapam, a curse. This curse is going to fall on my husbands. He's not going to curse me, he's going to curse my husbands. What will I do now? Please protect me. What will I do? No other way, no solution. And outside, this is the kitchen. And the outside, the Pancha Pandavas are also same way. They don't know what to do. So they say, my God, how will we do? Where can we get? We can't go get fruits and vegetables and cook and all that. It's not going to happen for 1-2% you can manage. Thousands of people, what will you do in a short time? Because he's going to come back very soon. At that time, when Draupadi was praying like this in the kitchen, she heard some footsteps outside. So she thought, must be some sign of, some good sign, something is happening. So she came out. And then she saw, right in the entrance for the hut, is Krishna standing there. Sasanka chakram, sakirita kundalam, sapita vastram, sarasir vekshanam, sahara lakshasthalastodi kaustubam. That Bhagavan was standing there. In Pitambaram. In Pitambaram, the dhoti, the cloth was trailing behind him. That's how he wore his dhoti. So majestic it was, dark-skinned he was. And he had a cloth on his body here, and a smile that was captivating like this, with the illumination, the effulgence of 1,000 suns it was. He stood there. Pandavas saw that. Immediately they went. Draupadi even overtook them. Went and, Krishna, you come, I've got this problem. And Krishna said, yes, wait a second. I'll listen to your problem. Don't worry, I'll help you, but first feed me, I'm very hungry. What is this? You're playing game with me? I'm telling you, I've got this problem, I've got this Rishi and 1,000 Sishyas there. To you, if I don't give food, you will forgive us. You will not curse us. You will not throw a sabam at us. But this Rishi will throw a sabam at us if I don't give him food. What Rishi are you talking of? I don't see anybody here. I am hungry. First feed me, then we will talk. No, first feed me. I am so hungry, starving. Swami, got 1,000 Sishyas are there. They can't take a bath. They are going to come here any time. Draupadi, don't play games with me. I don't see anybody. They are going to come here. Take care of me first. I am here physically. Then you take care of them when they show up. I am hungry right now. Feed me. I want something to eat. Swami, today you know you are playing all this trick on me. I will tell you what happened. We all finished eating. I finished eating. And the Akshaya Paatram that Surya Bhagavan gave, now I washed it and put it aside. No more food, Swami. Today, where will I go? No, bring that pot. I want to see. And so she went and brings that pot. And Draupadi was looking at him carefully. What is this? I washed the pot and he's got... So he took the pot and he puts his hand like this on the top of that pot. One finger like this. He found one small leaf. Draupadi, looks like your menu includes some leafy vegetables today. Very nice, very nice. So he puts it in his mouth. And then, of course, Bhagavan, he doesn't have to say anything, he doesn't have to do anything. The whole Viswam gets fed because of him. And so Draupadi is thinking, I am pretty good in what I do. I am always very careful. Do everything, yogaha, karma kausalam. That is, any action you do it well, efficiently. And she is very efficient. There is no way I would have washed this part and left a piece of leaf in it. She was wonderstruck with Bhagavan's grace and falls at his feet. Krishna, where will I go? You are my everything. That's a love between Draupadi, Bhakta and Bhagavan. She was a Bhagavata. Manmana bhava, mat bhakto, mat yaji, mam namaskuru. That's what she was. Same as the Pandavas were. Now, when this has happened, out in the river where Durvasa and his Sishyas were taking bath, they were now doing the dipping and then doing the Gayatri Mantram, Japam and all that. All of a sudden, the stomachs were all bloated, full feeling. And Sishyas looks at each one, I can't take even one speck of rice. I'm so full. Once more, I will immediately vomit. It's so full it is. They looked at each other. Then few of them got courage, came to their master, Guru, Swami, please forgive us. We feel full. We cannot, in this trial, we cannot go and eat. Please forgive us, Swami. And Durvasa said, I also feel full. I can't take even a single morsel of food. But Yudhishthira is known for his hospitality. Now we go there, he would have made a multi-course meal, a sumptuous meal for us. And he won't let us go away without eating. His hospitality is so good, so we better not go there. So they went the other direction. In the meantime, Krishna, what he did, he in the hut, after this is over, he called Bhima. He said, Bhima, you come here. So can you do something for me? He said, Swami, what? Go there, go to the river, they bring Durvasa and all his issues. Tell them lunch is ready. So Bhima immediately rushes. So as he goes there, he sees this Durvasa and this crowd running the other way. And Bhima runs faster. So wait. So he runs faster. Swami, no, Yudhishthira is waiting. He's calling you for lunch. Please come. And then Durvasa tells him, he is reminded of his encounter with Ambarisha. He is reminded at that time, Bhagavan's devotion. Devotee, who is bigger than Bhagavan? Who is more powerful than Bhagavan? Bhakta. Bhagavan himself says, for Bhakta, my Ichha Sakti is not powerful. His Prema Sakti is more powerful. That is why when Radha merges with Krishna, beautiful thing takes place. With Bhagavan's grace, if the occasion arises, we will share. Again, the effulgence from Bhagavan goes forward to merge with Radha. Bhagavan chases that effulgence. But Bhakta is great. So Durvasa realizes that. He says, Bhima, please tell Yudhishthira, I'm not unhappy or dissatisfied. I'm very, very happy with him. Please tell him that we will come when he is ruling the kingdom. We will come and take his hospitality at that time. Then he goes away. Vyasa tells Parikshit, Did you see the grace that Krishna showered on your grandfathers? Did you see the love and the succor? And anyada sharanam nasti. There is no other support except you. How firmly your grandfathers held on to him. And because they held on to him as a sole support, what grace Krishna showered on them. Did you see that? He says, and because of this love and that support of Krishna and the fact that they were always following dharma only, the strength of Krishna, your grandfather even fought with Siva. He said, Swami, what? My grandfather fought with Siva? Paramasiva? He fought with him? What is this? How did this happen? Please tell me, please tell me. Vyasa said, how many stories you want me to tell you? How many? Swami, this is like nectarine thing. What more do I want, Swami? Please. I'm deriving so much happiness and joy. Please tell me. Then he said, yes. What happened there was nothing but the grace of Krishna. Then he started that story. He said, Parikshit, after this, your grandfathers, they had their agreement. 12 years exile in the forest and 1 year of incognito life. All these things they knew. But Dharmaputra, being the king, you also have to think forward. Like a CEO must think ahead, not reaction. So he was thinking through what is going to happen after I finish my agreement and my part of the agreement and contract and I show up. What's going to happen? He knew that Duryodhana would not agree. Because Duryodhana's nature, the characteristic tendency, Yudhishthira was aware of it. So Duryodhana will not agree. Most likely he will not agree. And he will create some other problem. Then what's going to happen? He will want us to again go back into the forest maybe. Some way he's definitely find ways for not giving us what is our due. If that is the case, now he has to think, like a chess game, you have to think ahead, some moves. If that were to happen, and we will not agree to that, naturally, so a battle will come. Now who's going to support us? Who will be supporting Duryodhana? He started thinking. And looking at all the kings and all that, relatives and friends and all that, he said, yeah, okay, so chances are that, more people will be on Duryodhana's side. That's the way world is. How many people are on the side of good? Right? If you got power today, everybody supports you. If you lose power, people discard you and go. Duryodhana was in power. So, simple rule. People will support him, right? So, if that were to happen, and then we're not going to come back and live in the forest, some more things. So, what should I do? How do I get strength and power to equip myself to fight this? So, he was thinking like this and he was a bit preoccupied. Arjuna saw that. Oh, Anna, brother, what is this in your mind? Tell me. Why are you look very preoccupied today? Something bothering you? Then Yudhishthira shared his thoughts with him. Hey, this is the kind of thing that could happen. This happened, we finished this, this happened, that this is possible. He laid out the scenario to him. Then Arjuna said, what do you think we should do? Oh, best thing is, for you go and do tapas, penance, and get the weapons from Devas, from God. Because those divine weapons, nobody can attack them. Then that way we can equip ourselves and get our strength and power, even though we may be outnumbered. Sounds like a good idea. Arjuna said, fine. So he went into even the inner recesses of Gandhamadana mountain. And where's the couple I saw this morning where they were just been to Mount Kailas and Manasarovar and all that. This is even in that region, even very difficult to go. So he went there and selected a place and did tremendous tapas. That means japa dahita dhyanam, we saw thinking and controlling the mind. So that gives the power. He was praying to Indra. Indra came. Can you hear me? Indra came and said, son, listen, I'm very happy with your tapas, but you're asking the wrong person. Okay? So you must pray to Siva. He will give you what you're looking for. Then he started his tapas on Siva. Just imagine, it's a small opening in a huge, thick, dense forest. And he was there and calmly doing the tapas. Of course, being a Kshatriya, he had his bow and arrow and all with him also. And he was, while doing this, all of a sudden, just in a flash of a moment, a wild boar came to attack him. Right from the bushes and the forest, charged on him. So when a wild animal charges on you like that, what will you do, especially being a Kshatriya? So immediately you try to attack it. The moment he took his bow and arrow and ready to attack it, all happened in a flash, like the instant reactions. Then, the moment he took that, he saw behind the bow, right at the edge of that clearing on that side, he saw a hunter, with very fearsome hunter, with a bow and arrow there. And interestingly, he also saw next to him his wife. And fraction of a second, Arjuna thought, a woman has come here, a lady. See, these are all delays in actions and thinking. Right? How come a lady is here? The moment he thought that, he looked at it a little bit closely, right? Moment he looked, the thought come, you look at it, like that. Then he sees behind the hunter whole retinue of army of hunters. You see that. All this happened in a flash, in succession, while he had his bow and arrow. By the time he lifted his to attack the bow, these things happened. Then the hunter shouted at him, "Hey, stop. Don't shoot the boar that I have been chasing. You know the rules of hunting, don't you?" Now, nobody talks to Arjuna like that. At least he has never experienced anyone talking to him like that. Nobody. So that itself was a shock. Especially from a commoner, like a uneducated, barbarian type of a person talking to you like that. He couldn't take it. Who's talking to him? Hey, mind your business. Then he talks back to him. The boar is about to kill me, so I am going to kill it. What's wrong? What's that to you? Okay. Then that man replies, "You don't know your manners." He tells Arjuna, "You don't know your manners. Behave yourself. Who are you? Who are you to come here? This is my jungle, my area. Who gave you permission here to come?" And when he talks back like that, Arjuna is even more incensed. First time is okay. Second time it's building on that. Okay? So what is this? So he says, "No, I've come here to do tapas. So I'm doing tapas here. This jungle doesn't belong to you, does it? So I'm doing tapas here. I'm not hurting anyone. The animal came, so I was about to hit it." In the meantime, while he's talking, then the hunter says, "You do whatever you want, pray to whichever god you want. That is not my concern. My concern is this boar. I am chasing it. You have no right to kill it. No right. I am the one chasing it. Don't put your arrow on it." Then the boar jumped. Arjuna shot the arrow. The boar died. That's it. The hunter became so violent, almost like crazy. He jumped up and down. "How dare you did that? How dare? I'm telling you not to do it. You did it." Now, this provocation. And Arjuna then told him, "Listen, you don't know who you are talking to. I'm Arjuna, belonging to Pandavas, the leading archer in the world. I don't care who you are. Admit your mistake. You apologize to me," he says. "Admit your mistake. You did wrong. That both belong to me." Now, like that, Arjuna said, what is this? This guy is demanding all that. So he told the hunter, listen, better keep quiet. Otherwise you will face the wrath of my bow. I don't care about it. Immediately Arjuna shot an arrow on him. And imagine a big boulder, a big mountain or a big rock, and you throw one thorn on it. How will it be? It was exactly like that. Arjuna couldn't believe this. His powerful arrow, just exactly like a thorn on a rock. No effect. That's it. It made him even more ferocious. He took all this thing and then started fighting the inexhaustible quiver of arrows that he's got from Agni. Okay, everything he exhausted. Nothing doing. The hunter was not even the least bit affected. But he was only talking and inciting him even more. So, once the arrows were exhausted, the inexhaustible quiver of arrows got exhausted. That means how many arrows he must have put. And so nothing left. So he takes a bow and hits the hunter with it. The bow breaks into pieces. What will you do next? Takes his fist and starts a wrestling match. Boxing, hits him and they fight. They had a fearsome wrestling duel fight going on, started that. And it was like so noisy and so boisterous and so powerful, all the animals and all that ran away, afraid. Everything ran away from that place. It was so powerful and noisy. In that little clearing, all this taking place. And in the wrestling, the holes, that we have, the kind of things that you can't even imagine. So advanced both of them were. At once, all this going on, Arjuna was already perspiring like crazy because he's been fighting so much and he's gasping for breath. Even though he's so strong, it has come to the limit. But he was hunter, not even a drop of perspiration on him. Nothing, like this, And during the wrestling thing, the hunter holds him in particular position that Arjuna actually vomited blood. And when he vomits blood, the hunter looks at his wife. Doesn't say anything, just with the eye. See, this guy. With the eye he gives a message. See what happened? Kind of makes a joke. Now Arjuna has been humiliated. Never like this. Everything gone. All his last vestige of so-called I am protecting myself and I will fight myself and I will do actions myself, which all of us think, I know about you, but I do that all the time. Yes, I will do it. Yes, I can do this. I can do this. All the thing is all gone. The list is over, exhausted. Nothing left. Anyada sharanam nasti. There is no place to go except you. Krishna, he says, things of Krishna at that time. After all this, Krishna, how can this be? I am your servant. How can you bear this humiliation? No. This is not ordinary hunter. I think you are doing this in order to teach me a lesson. Take away my pride. I think you yourself are this hunter. Then he looks at them. Then he sees Paramasiva and Parvati standing there with Abhayhasta. He rushes and falls at their feet. Please forgive me. And Paramasiva Siva embraces him, gives him the alinganam. He says, no, son, I'm very happy with what you did. You are a Kshatriya. You did what you're supposed to do. And then he gives him the Pasupada astram. And Vyasa says, did you see, Parikshit, the grace of Krishna? How that even made your grandfather fight Lord Shiva himself. That's the strength that he had. And Parikshit's ecstasy, happiness, the peace of mind was indescribable. My grandfathers, Krishna did this. It's not my grandfathers. It is not the love between the Bhakta and Bhagavan. He was immersed in it. The same way he was right from the womb. The attraction, the attractor attracts. When you are attracted to the attractor and not to the attracted subjects, that's how you feel. He was with Bhagavan only and said, Swami, what a grace this is that Krishna conferred and showered on my grandfathers. What a grace. How fortunate I am to hear this, especially from somebody like you, Swami, because he is an exalted soul. Then Vyasa says, Parikshit, not only that, Krishna's grace on them was never ending. He also guarded them in the battlefield. He said, Swami, please tell me that what happened in the battlefield, Swami, I want to know. Then Vyasa continued. He said, after the Pandavas finished their part of the contract, agreement, finishing 12 years and 1 year of incognito, and when they revealed themselves, the wicked Duryodhana argued. He did not agree. He said, no, you showed yourself up 1 day sooner than the 13th year was over. And Bhishma and Drona and all the educated elders and scholars, everybody said no. According to calculation, Arjuna revealed himself at that time, the 13-year period was over. You are wrong, Duryodhana. But Duryodhana would not agree. He refused. He says, no. By our agreement, they must go back again 12 years to the forest or 1 more year of incognito. That's our agreement. They will reveal themselves. No, they would not agree. So, what is the result? War. And how the war took place, that's another story. That's been the prelude to that. During the war, during the battle, what did Krishna do? Vyasa said, Krishna did not take a single weapon. He did not take a single act of fighting and battling and all that, but he killed all of them. He executed that battle by himself without touching a single weapon. He agreed. Then that story, what happened? One day, after the so-called peace attempt did not succeed. I can say so-called because it's a drama. It's clear in my mind and heart. Bhagavan played it Leela, okay? So I cannot agree it was a peace message, peace messenger and all that. That's a drama beautifully he played. Fantastically, exemplarily. So after that, yes, now the decision for the battle is made. Preparations are going on. 11 Akshaya Munis joined Duryodhana's side compared to only 7 on the Pandavas side, exactly as Yudhishthira predicted. Akshaya Muni, the numbers are there. I can give you that. Numbers are not important. Basically, it means so many elephants, so many horses, so many foot soldiers, so many chariots and all that. Okay, that's into thousands and thousands. So each thing is called one Akshaya Muni. So there are 11 like that. So they had more number of people. More number of kings were on their side, as you would expect. So what to do? You have to get support of Krishna. You cannot ignore him. So happened that Arjuna and Duryodhana came to seek Krishna's help. As Bhagavan's Leela is, he was lying down and taking a nap. And these two people showed up. Arjuna went and stood by his feet. Duryodhana went and stood next to his head. So Krishna wakes up. As soon as you open your eyes, you see the person at your feet. So he saw Arjuna first, then turns his head and sees Duryodhana. Because he saw Arjuna first, he asked Arjuna the first question. What do you want? What can I do for you? The choice was given to Arjuna first. Arjuna said, Swami, this is what, in spite of all your attempts and all that, you know the war is coming. So we just want you on our side. Then Krishna says, there's one problem. I'll give you a choice. See, both of you are related to me. I cannot take sides. So I will join one side, but I will not take any weapons. I will not fight. On one side. Then other thing is, or you can have all my army who are very powerful. Or you can take them, they will be willing to fight. Either select me without no fight or take the other. Arjuna said, Swami, what choice? This is a choice? Not even a choice. I want you only, Swami. Please, you be on our side. And immediately Duryodhana, what a fool this guy is. Right? I thank God he got the first choice. So I'm very happy to take your army, Krishna. That's how that happened. So Krishna said, I will be your charioteer at that time, and he agreed to be the charioteer of Arjuna and got the name Partha Sarathi, as you know. And he is our Sarathi actually, whether we like it. We are all Parthas. Parthas means basically children of Prithvi. So we are all Parthas. And Prithvi, the name comes given to Mother Earth because we are all children of Mother Earth. But Prithvi, how did the name came? Because, again, beautiful Bhagavata stories. I know I'm digressing a bit, but it's okay because these are all, everything's interwoven. In Bhagavan's creation, Swami says, very important, Avataram, you please understand this, there is no such, you cannot always be in air-conditioned room. It's impossible. You have to go out to the heat. Right? So happiness cannot be gotten out of happiness. Not possible. Right? So both are created in this creation. In that process, there was one king called Vena. This guy, if you want an example of selfishness and cruelty, there it is. So he was so selfish, so cruel. What does this mean? Suppose, say, if I'm extreme, how things are going to happen? The basic equation we saw earlier, I think, either today or yesterday, I forget. The basic algorithm for rain, right? So you have to have yajna. Karma must be done as a yajna. Then that gives rain, which falls down, and you get food and you eat and do more karma and yajna. That's a cycle. Suppose I break that cycle and I do my karma not as yajna, not as sacrifice, but with selfish reasons. What's going to happen? What's happening today? Mostly, with what with our selfishness. Right? And this guy was extreme. So much so that there was no crop. The earth lost its ability to bring up crops. No food. Everybody was suffering. That's what Vena was. Now, in Bhagavan's creation, beautifully, everything is beautiful. One glimpse of it. Where there is an asura or a rakshasa, there is also a deva. Where there is somebody violent, there is also somebody very compassionate. Please remember that. So when we look at news items, we always talk about this negative news. Actually, maybe I'm at an age, I don't know what is physical, physiological or spiritual, I don't know what it is. Those nerves don't interest me at all. But that's what we like to talk about. And I'm willing to make a bet. I'm digressing. And after this is over, as we have our Mahaprasadam or Prasadam or whatever we call it, just watch what subject we are interested to talk about. Right? Simple. So that is also there. See, everything will be there. So that goes on. Coming back to Vena, after him, Bhagavan took the avataram of Prithu. Very important. Prithu, that Bhagavan came there, aspect of Bhagavan came there, and what he did? He protected Mother Earth. How? He gave the fertility to the soil, which means what? He promoted karma as yajna. A moment I start doing my actions in a selfless way, or at least with less selfishness, at least reduce my selfishness and do something for somebody else. Just one action a day for somebody else. Just all of us do what will be world like beautiful. So he promoted that selflessness, that sacrifice, that yajna. So the Mother Earth started growing crops again. Fertility came. And the world became a very beautiful place. Then he created he was the first king to create cities. Was created by him. The concept of cities, Prithu. Because of him, the Mother Earth came to be known as Prithvi. Prithvi. And because we are all children of Prithvi, we're all born from Mother Earth only. We are going to go back and merge in Mother Earth only. Like our body is going to go merge with Earth only. So we are also Parthas. So Partha, Sarathi, the Sarathi, my conscience, the indweller in me, that is Partha Sarathi. So anyway, so Vyasa continued, or here I am continuing. Sorry. Vyasa was always there. He said, Parikshit, so Krishna took the responsibility, the duty, the job, the work of the charioteer, the servant of Arjuna. And in that process, what all he did, do you know? What Bhagavan did? Swami, what did he do? What did he do, Swami? Tell me. Okay, now you have to really, really think very carefully. Now here is a battlefield, huge, miles and miles wide. It is. Armies on both sides, thousands and tens of thousands on each side, maybe 100,000, whatever. Chariots and horses and elephants and foot soldiers. You think they are all silent? Everybody shouting and kill, ha, who, and people playing the bugle and so many. It's a noisy atmosphere. Anything but silent. Dust all over. Noisy battle cries and drums being beaten and elephants blaring and chariots running fast. Picture such a noisy situation. Here is this chariot with Parthasarathi sitting there and Partha sitting here. How was the chariot? It was two levels. The Arjuna was at the higher level here, and the driver, the charioteer, was at a lower level. It was like this. So he was sitting here and holding the reins of the horses. That's how chariots are built, not at the same level. Okay? So Arjuna was sitting here. Now, imagine if you are Arjuna and you want your chariot to go left. Go left. He can't even hear you because everything is so noisy. So what is the arrangement they had? Arjuna, when he's not sitting with folded, he used to extend his legs like that. Sit with his foot extended. First point. Second point is, foot were extended and the head of the charioteer will be exactly at the level of where the feet are being extended. Third point, and the feet of Arjuna in this case will be on both sides of your eyebrow, right here. Okay. Now, if I want my chariot to go left, I will press this side with my foot. Then the driver will turn it this way. If I want it to go this way, I will press on this side. Then he will go this way. Now if I want it to go straight, I'll keep equal pressures. Make sense? Now, point number 4. Warriors, they are not barefooted. Arjuna was wearing shoes that was pointed, hard. So when he put his feet with the shoes on that and presses here and here and here and here all the time, what will happen here? There was blood, there was wound, on Bhagavan's Kamala Vadanam. But this is His grace, guardian. That's how He protected. He didn't complain. And not only that, right in the beginning of the battle, when Arjuna as the commander, as the leader, take me and show me in between the two armies, so I want to see who are all lined up to fight against me. It's a command given to the master by a servant. The master is the exemplary servant. Bhagavan, I'm telling you, Swami is servant number one. Seriously. He is always serving. Always serving. In every aspect you look, our own body, our own life, our own selves, or in the food we get, whatever we get, the intelligence, everything, whether it is a tree or the sun or the wind or water or whatever, everything is serving only. He never claims himself to be a master, but he is the master. The master. We'll talk about that in Ramavadaram, Bhagavan's grace, if I remember. Okay. Now, when he said, and Krishna brings the chariot in between the two armies, what does Arjuna do? He looks at Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya, his friends, his brothers, and elders whom he is to respect, whom he has played with when he was a child, growing up. Krishna, please, I am not interested in killing them. I don't want all this wealth and victory. No, I don't want. This is not correct. I go back, puts the bow down. I don't want to fight. Then Krishna tells him, yes, you would not have heard this story. The chances are, so I'm telling you that story. We all know about Bhagavad Gita. No, something happened before Bhagavad Gita. Before that stanza number 11 comes in Adhyaya number 2, something happened. After Arjuna puts his bow down, because Bhagavad Gita is written by Vyasa. Big difference. Very true. Did Swami speak all the 700 slokas? No. How did that, in that atmosphere, how did this important message be being taught? So you got to think all this. Anyway, now, when Arjuna says that, Krishna says, yes, I will take you back. Come on. You are covered. You want to run away from battle, I will take you back. I'll bring Draupadi. She will fight. That's exactly what he says. And then Arjuna says, Krishna, what do you think? You think I'm a coward? Remember, they were such good friends, they used to argue. You think I'm a coward? Last thing, I'm not a coward. The reason I don't want to fight is because these people are related to me. And then comes the fantastic, beautiful teaching of Bhagavan, of what the truth is. So, then, at the end of the day, when the particular battle is over, they have followed rules those days. It used to start at sunrise and then end at sunset. And then later on, after the 10th day, even those rules were forgotten and lots of adharmic things took place. Okay? But the first 10 days, it was according to rules. So, then sunrise, everybody will say, okay, then fight stops, they go back to their camps. Beautiful Kshatriya war. Now, Arjuna, Pandavas, everybody goes back. What do? They take a nice shower and go and have their food and rest and all this, strategize for the next day and all that. Now, follow what Krishna did. The Parthasarathi. What did he do? After dropping Arjuna back in the camp, he used to take the horses, loosen the horses up from the chariot, take them to the nearby river, give them a good bath, because throughout the day they worked so hard, and all the wounds that they have, he used to apply balms on them, and pet them, give them water, give them food by that late night. Next early morning, he has to get up and get ready again. So where is the sleep? He didn't even sleep. Didn't even take rest. Carrying out the job of a charioteer, the servant, in exemplary manner to guard your parents, grandfathers. Then look at one more thing. Now, The horses were all well trained. And you have these horses there, the 5 horses there, and he is holding the reins in his hand. Horses want to run fast, or you want to turn them to the left side or right side. You have to pull the reins, and the reins are hard. So pull this, what happens to your palms? Think, this is not a story. What Bhagavan went through in his physical body for the sake of the devotee. For the sake of the devotee. In his physical body, what Rama did in his physical body for the sake of devotees. No, we can't. Bhagavan does not want you to put him up in a pedestal and, oh God, you are the greatest. He doesn't want that. He knows he is great. He's not worried about it. He doesn't want our appreciation. He wants our heart. Our hridayam. Give it to me, my hridayam. That's what I'm waiting for. So, the hands were all full of blood. Here there is wound every day. Now one day you go through, next day there is no escape. Same thing gets more and more. Right? And same thing gets more and more. And during the battle, there is dust all around and people shoot their arrows, they come and fall on you, body full of wounds. That is how Krishna protected, guarded your grandfathers. Vyasa says, at the end of the war, what happened? After the war was finished, no more enemies to be killed. Everybody decimated, eliminated. There is only 5 plus 2, I think. 7 people on the Pandava side and 3 on the Kaurava side, some number like that. So, here the chariots, Krishna brings the chariot back to the camp. Imagine that scene. Arjuna is sitting there. Come to the camp. Battle over. Now, as you know, even today it happens. The chauffeur is driving, the guy is sitting in the back. Do you open the door and get out yourself? You sitting there. The driver has to get and open the door. Then you come out. The president, prime minister, everybody you see, even, in India you go there, immediately the driver will come and open the door for you. Then you step out. Right? So Arjuna was like that. You have to get down from the chariot, but the charioteer has to get down first. Right? And got to open the door kind of a thing. So he was waiting for, open the door, not a physical door, but he has to get down, then only he can get. So he was waiting for Krishna to get down. And Krishna said, Arjuna, get down first. Arjuna said, no, you get down first. That's the right thing. You are a charioteer, get down first. And Krishna says, no, you get down. I'm telling you, get down first. He said, no, I can't. You're doing the job of a charioteer. The rule, you have to get down first, then only I'll get down. Because I'm the master here. And Krishna says, he insisted, no, get down. I'm telling you, get down right now. Then Arjuna gets down. And after that, Krishna gets down. And the whole chariot gets pulverized in flame. Arjuna was wondrous. What? What is this? Then Krishna tells him, all the arrows that Bhishma and Drona and Karna, people of that caliber threw at you, where do you think it went? I absorbed all that. One statement, I absorbed all that. Here is Arjuna thinking, I won. One simple thing, the chariot went into flame. That is how Krishna guarded your grandfathers. At that time, Parikshit was so happy. Beautiful. Then the birds chirping noise came from outside. He realized the whole night has been spent. And now the dawn has come. Vyasa also hears this. King, dawn has come. Now I have to go. I must go now. He gets up, picks up his kamandalam, the water pot, and the dandam, the stick, and he goes out. What state of frame of mind do you think Parikshit will be at this time? He doesn't want any contact with anything in the outside world. He is so full of this nectar, so full of nectar. So he's not interested in administering, carrying out his duties, and none of those things. He just wants some time to enjoy, to soak it in, like that feeling he has. So he tells, best thing to do is to go away. So he gives word that prepare for hunting. I'm going hunting. Immediately they bring, whole retinue of people to go with him. Lots of people will go with him to accompany him. Elephants and chariots and horses and everything comes. Big group. He says, no. Most of the people, he asks them to stay behind. Takes only a handful of people and enters the forest for hunting, more in the name of hunting, to be by himself. And then what happened after that, with Bhagavan's case, we will continue tomorrow, because our time is up for today. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.